time for a quick drumstick review. Yeah. Seriously though, I got some of these Travis Barker signature sticks from Guitar Center the other day. After kind of thinking about buying a pair for a while, because I bought a while back. I bought the version that has the little mallet on the end, so like a dual purpose stick for um, I forget what for. I think it was like a gig that I needed to be able to switch over, which I only used like a little bit. But I noticed then like how good just those, even the ones with the big weighty mallet at the end, felt. So I was like, man, I should pick up a pair of those, the normal sticks, to see how they feel. And man, I gotta say, these are these for whatever reason they just fit. They fit my hand perfectly. Um, they feel super balanced. The weight and the length is just, it's really nice. And I like the bead. I like the round bead too. Um, I remember back in the day, like I used to really clown on Travis Barker, mostly just because I was being, immature, edgy, whatever. I've never liked Blink 182's music. It's just not my cup of tea, and I always kind of thought, because of that I just dismissed Travis Barker. But now in my old age and with a little bit more wisdom, I've come to realize that, man, he's legit. He's a super legit drummer, and just doing a little bit of research on him. I mean, he was pretty sure he was like in drumline. I could tell he's like a snare drummer, and I was a snare drummer in drumline too. And there's just a certain amount of like technique and style that comes from that type of regimented practice that you get when you're on snare line. And it really feels like he implemented that type of technique and style in these drumsticks. I mean, they just feel so good. Um, it's like cathartic to play these. I just sit here and play the pad mindlessly just because it feels so good to play them. Um, they're just really nice, and I don't know. I mean, they've got this weird white coating. I mean, they're flashy. Uh, there's Zildjian, which I've never like really considered even Zildjian sticks as an option, but I think these are actually Vic Firth, and Zildjian just kind of slaps their name on them. Um, they got this white coating, which actually I think kind of adds a good amount of grip to them. We got regular sticks like these 5Bs. Um, they after a while they kind of, I mean, they have this like I don't know if it's like a lacquer or something. It gets a little slippery, and for me when I'm playing, um, especially if I'm playing with shorter sticks, like these are not the extreme. These are just the standard length. Um, I start to choke back on the drumsticks because I need that. I don't know why. It gives me a lot more power. It's like a kind of like a whip, but because of that, I lose a lot of balance, and so it gets harder. So I have to make a conscious effort to move back up on the stick, to choke back up, so I have that balance point fulcrum. But with these, because they're longer, like you can see, they're about, I mean, it's not a lot, but I mean, it is a lot, right? I mean, that's like a full, like it's like a full bead. What is that? Like maybe a half an inch, maybe 3/4 of an inch, or no, I don't know how much, not 3/4, but maybe a little less than half an inch. And that makes a difference. It really does. Like, I don't feel like I have to choke back on these because I feel like I still have a good amount of power at the balance point. And I have this weird thing where, like, I know these like Vic Firth 5Bs and 5As come in the extreme versions, which is just a longer stick, and I like those too. But like for whatever reason, and I need to get over this, like I force myself to just use like the normal versions of things because I don't want to be in a situation where I'm like I'm reliant on a specialized version, and I can't get that anymore. So I for long, I mean, I've been using 5As and 5Bs by Vic Firth forever, just because they're bone stock. They're everywhere. You can go to any music store and get these. Probably can't do that with these Travis Barkers. May not even be able to do that with the extreme versions of the 5As and 5Bs. But I don't know. I just feel like these Travis Barker sticks, even though they're kind of like, you know, flashy, and they're signature sticks, they may not be that common. They just feel really good. I mean, it's like I picked these up and I'm like, yeah, this guy was a snare drummer. He was a snare drummer in drumline. He spent hours upon hours for weeks and weeks doing 8 on a hand, practicing diddles, flams, paradiddles, all in unison with like probably 2 or 3 other snare drummers to get everything perfect. And it just feels like it with these types of sticks. They feel like little mini marching sticks, but they work on a drum set, and they feel good on the drum set too. Like, I feel like I can move around the kit with these way better than standard 5A or 5B. These 5Bs. I use 5As in for softer music, like in Matagorda, if I'm playing any kind of jazz stuff. But oops, just dropped my stick. But if you know, if I'm playing just like a normal kit, like this big boy over there, it just feels better to play something a little thicker like 5Bs. But especially with these, yeah, it just feels really good. I like these sticks a lot. So Travis Barker did a good job working with whoever, Zildjian, Vic Firth, whoever. They just feel really nice. I highly recommend these sticks for anybody who is like a snare drum centric player. I mean, I could play no problems playing subtleties, like playing ghost notes. They just flow out of these sticks. They feel really good. I can play super dynamic, super hard, and the bead sounds good on the rides because it's more of a round bead. It's not the barrel. Really good sticks. I like these so much. I ordered a fucking like not a case, but like a 3-pack from Amazon, because I just want to have some on hand. You know, these are already getting a little chewed up, but I mean, I'm just going to keep using them until they start to splinter and whatever, and they're no longer good. But Travis Barker drumsticks are the shit. So that's my review.